Hello everyone and welcome to Driving TV. In this channel, we help all those beginner drivers learn the basic on driving and how to pass their driver's examination. You'll find here many videos that will make it much easier for you to learn and remember all the methods and techniques needed to successfully learn to drive and get your driver's license. In today's video, we will be discussing the first and main goal you should know as a beginner driver in their first driving lesson. For starters, it is important to know that when we sit behind the wheel of a car for the first time, our goal is to correctly control the steering wheel as well as keep the car in a straight line. The first driving lessons should always be aimed at being able to control your car in your lane. Therefore, this should be the first thing we have to take into account before taking lessons with the school or going to a practice with a family member, aside from learning the functions of the control of the car, which we have already gone through in another video, which you can freely go check out in our channel. So main idea is that your first main goal in your first practice should be to continuously practice driving in a straight line. Driving at least the first 2 hours in a straight line during practice every day would be very important to obtain this skill. Observe the space that the vehicle occupies on the road carefully, yet in a relaxed manner. Correctly always use the brakes and the accelerator when approaching warning traffic signals that you will come across as you drive. It will be the most effective practice, at least in the first hours of training. However, in today's video, I will go over a few main basic goals that you should always keep in mind when practicing with your vehicle. First thing would be something very important, which is how to adopt a correct posture in the driver's seat. This is very important since you will need to feel comfortable and be able to reach the pedals, control, and steering wheel safely. So first, you're going to want to adjust the seat until you're able to be comfortable and safe. And you can check out other videos that we have in our channel to go more in depth with these steps and give you examples. So don't forget to check that out. Next step is placing your hands relaxed on the steering wheel in the position that you can see. Imagine that the steering wheel of the car is a clock. Now place the left hand at 9 o'clock and the right hand on 3 o'clock, and that your elbows are semi-flexed. Now don't ever forget safety belt should always be on. Now I highly recommend selecting a location where there is little traffic so that you can safely move your vehicle around without any issues while you grasp a better understanding and become familiar with how to operate the vehicle's control and how they work. So, once you've adjusted your position in the driver's seat and you have accommodated yourself appropriately, you can begin practicing. Start to test your direction by trying to stay in the lane and driving straight. It would be recommended to turn on your car's hazard lights on so that other vehicles can detect that your vehicle will be moving slowly. Also remain on the right side of the road. And this is also explained in other videos in our channel. Now, it's essential to look for places where there isn't much traffic, such as parking lots or streets among neighborhoods, since it tends to be calm and less crowded. These would be excellent places to improve your driving skills because you will feel less pressured or concerned about other vehicles. Also, you wouldn't have to worry about going slower or blocking traffic, which could be a potential problem. Now back to the driving. So make sure to hold the steering wheel with your hands relaxed. Do not grab or try to hold on tight. One of the most common mistakes made by beginner drivers is that when trying to drive in a straight line, they hold the steering wheel very tightly, and then the car cannot be easily steered, then tends to move out of the lane and makes it much more harder for you to control. Try to relax as much as you can. Take a deep breath and do not put pressure on the steering wheel. So again, every time you feel like you're gripping on the steering wheel too hard, Take a deep breath and relax, and release the pressure from your hands. This will help you feel better. One of the most common problems for students when driving in a straight line is that they cannot control the car within the lane. Some believe that the vehicle is bigger than the space, and very often they try to move the steering wheel to try to incorporate it into the lane. One recommendation that I can give you is to keep your eyes straight ahead, looking further to the horizon. Here I put on a point on the road where you should focus. This will make it much more easier for you to stay within the lines and in the lane. If you just imagine, if you focus your eyes on the edge lane line on the right, then your car looks like it is going to move more to the right. And if you focus your eyes on the lane line on the left, then you will notice that your car moves more to the left. And in this way, you will have a tireless fight, quickly moving your hands on the wheel, and it will cause you to lose control and easily start doing zigzag. In the first hours of practice in a straight line, you're going to encounter these problems and it will seem very difficult at first. But if you learn and remember all these tips and follow them, it will for sure make it much more easier and faster to learn how to drive. Remember, practice is what makes it become easier with time. So let's go over everything quickly once again. This will allow your subconscious mind to observe what I'm explaining and make it easier to recall later on. Also, you can pause the video anytime to rehearse and practice answering. So, you find a quiet place or a straight street where there is not much traffic and where you can practice without stress. Now, we will remember to keep the hands relaxed at all times on the wheel and with your eyes straight ahead. Reminder, the secret of mastering the skill of driving straight without zigzagging is being able to see that you have total control over the space to control your vehicle in the lane, keeping in mind that you're always in control by gazing ahead. You will need a few hours of practicing each day, practicing this over and over again until you gain confidence. Drive in a straight line as far as you can and back. Do this carefully and patiently until you feel you have full control. So you will see that after time, you will no longer be under so much stress. Looking up and ahead will be a necessary habit that will enable you to feel in control as you can see clearly your surroundings. You'll soon also learn and adapt to moving your foot from the brake to the accelerator or from the accelerator to the brake easily and simultaneously, and gradually, slowly down to stopping at the correct distance behind another vehicle or before the stop line at an intersection. All these things, by the way, is also explained furthermore in details in other videos that you can find in our channels. So make sure to check that out. After spending some time in a safe area, guys, without much traffic, adjusting your vehicle, then you can try to get out into traffic where it's a bit more intense. This is why it's essential for you to have the help of a professional or a family member in whom you feel secure and can trust with this process of learning safely and patiently. An advice that I can personally give you is that you can try to choose correctly the person who is going to help you. If you're not going to choose an instructor from a qualified school, this is very important. In most cases, family members tend to get very nervous and confused, and they don't provide you with the right explanations that you might need. Patience is something that is also very needed in this learning process. So choose wisely and carefully on how or who you will allow to help you. However, take into account that your driver's license and learning to drive a car is a life tool. I would highly recommend that you choose to take the first hours with a driver instructor. Honestly, if it involves some expenses, they have the necessary tools for you to feel safe. In this way, you will learn much faster and easier. After a couple of hours with a driver instructor, you can continue practicing on your own. So I feel it is very much worth it. For many of you, paying money for hours of driving is usually an unnecessary expense, but believe me, sometimes it's worth to go that extra mile in order to get things done appropriately. You don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money on learning. As I told you, a couple hours will be enough for you to gain control and learn the skills needed. Afterwards, as I just stated, you can continue practicing with a family member or a friend. And of course, with the help of this channel, and you will be on your way to passing that driver's examination on the first try. And with that being said, guys, I wish you the best of luck, especially in this process and in obtaining your license. Remember, where there's a will, there's a way. So put your intentions out there and try the best you can when it comes to achieving your goals. With that being said, once again, thank you very much for watching this video and choosing this channel to learn how to drive. Hope this was really helpful, and if it was, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Also hit that notification bell so the next time there's a new video, you won't miss out. Thank you again, and best of luck to you.